Due to the sensitive nature of the content, some of the language in this video may be substituted to avoid suppression from YouTube's algorithm. What's up everyone, it's Edwin and welcome back to my channel. Now, if you've been following this story, get ready because I've got more updates. And if you're not too familiar with it, don't worry about it. I'm going to be giving a brief summary to catch everyone up to speed because it's also been a while since my previous video on it anyways. But I do recommend checking out my previous videos on the matter as they're far more detailed. Let's go over the main points of the story so far, shall we? Back in March, Zheani released an album which included a diss track directed at Ninja and Yolandi. The diss track was called The Question, and it shared some terrible experiences that Zheani claimed to have with Ninja. A few days after the album was released, she received a cease and desist letter demanding that she take down the song within 48 hours, otherwise the group would be taking all appropriate actions against her to enforce their rights. On that same day, Yolandi made 2 Instagram posts about Zheani, calling her a fangirl, a clout chaser, a liar, and a crazy person. And instead of taking down the song, Zheani decided to produce a music video for the song, showing lots of text messages and screenshots backing up the lyrical content of the track. In her song and music video, Zheani claims that Ninja picked her because she looked like his daughter. Ninja emailed a private photo of Zheani to his co-star while on the set of Chappie. Yolandi contacted Zheani via Instagram after Ninja showed Yolandi Zheani's Tumblr blog. Ninja trafficked Zheani to South Africa, and during her stay, Ninja took Zheani to an isolated location where they took magic mushrooms. Ninja became manic, ranting about Jesus and his last incarnation on Earth. They went back to where they were staying, Ninja began speaking in tongues, then they had and that's when Ninja began to growl like a demon and strangle Zheani and eventually climax inside of her after having told her he would never do that. Zheani also pointed out how after they were no longer in touch, she was flown to New York to model for Cara Delevingne, then hung out with 2 of her best friends before heading back to Australia. 2 weeks after that happened, Ninja put both of her friends and Cara Delevingne in his music video for Ugly Boy, which she claimed he wrote about her. This made Zheani feel like she was going crazy because she wasn't actively in touch with Ninja at the time. I also received an email from one of my subscribers showing a screenshot from the music video Ugly Boy, showing Zheani's dancer friends wearing outfits that say witch and then, definitely a weird coincidence, right? So after Zheani's music video, DA posted several videos across their Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channels sharing their version of events.
Let me tell you a little story about a girl I once met called Zheani.
The South African group have called Zheani an escort that just wants more money. Zheani messaged Ninja on Instagram and that's how Ninja found her. When Ninja picked Zheani up from the airport, he was shocked and said, "This is not what I ordered off the menu." They stayed at a fancy resort, drank champagne, took selfies in their birthday suits, slept together, and saw elephants.
Hey Zheani, what do you day?
Seeing the elephants?
But Ninja was not that into it, so he made an excuse that he had to do something and cut her trip short. Zheani kept texting Ninja and he only texted her back because he felt bad and wanted to be nice. 2 years after this, Zheani asked to work for them as a personal assistant for the Big Day Out festival in Australia. Zheani still had a crush on Ninja when she was working for them, and this really irritated Ninja. Zheani gave the rapper 2 Chainz her number in the first 10 seconds of meeting him, and this made Ninja feel bad because he thought he was special to Zheani. Ninja modified Zheani's story and switched the details by claiming that she said she was tortured in a religious ritual by both him and Yolandi. Ninja also called Zheani a Satanist and an online of sorts that does religious rituals herself. Lastly, Ninja made a call to action for his fans to check out Zheani's paid adult content for free through a website link he provided called Zephrat 9000.
I'm actually trying to blank out of my brain, but check out the link below.
Okay, from all that, we've already proven Ninja's claim that Zheani was actually the one to message him on Instagram first to be false because Instagram DMs didn't exist until December of 2013 and they met in August of 2013 and we're talking from months before that. And on top of that, of course, Zheani did show screenshots where Yolandi contacted her first. Additionally, the Antwoord were only a part of the Big Day Out festival in 2011, so that's way before they met. But Zheani did actually work for the Antwoord in a touring music festival. However, she claimed that it was Ninja that hit him up to work for him and showed an email to back up her claims, so it looks like Ninja might have slipped up again. I also asked Zheani about the claim that Ninja cut her trip short because not only did he say it, but Yolandi said it in her Instagram post as well. Zheani provided me with her flight itinerary from her trip to South Africa, which shows that it wasn't just 4 days that she was flown out for. She told me that Ninja is likely mixing up her story with another woman's in order to make his lies more believable. She also sent me this photo with a stamp on her passport to further prove the legitimacy of the length of her stay. I was particularly interested in this because from Ninja's video, he made it sound like he was very like grossed out and like didn't want anything to do with Zheani after that, you know, like he talked to her out of pity.
I made up some f***ing excuse that I had to do something, cut the trip short. She flew back to Australia and I was like, thank God.
But shortly after Zheani's visit, they actually promoted her Tumblr on their Facebook. Then, the very next day, Ninja included that private photo of Zheani performing oral on him in an email to Charlotte Copley, and blind carbon copied the email to Zheani. Why? Why did he want Zheani to see it? I imagine it'd be like, look who I'm talking to and look who gets to see you do this to me?
Well, this is a nice cat food, you know? But of course, it's not your house, eh? So we'll just have...
And at the end of the email, Ninja wrote, keep it secret, keep it safe, X. Now, while it is common practice for couples to document their intimate experiences, to go ahead and send it to someone without letting your partner or former partner, whatever she was at that point, without letting them know, that's not cool. Not at all. Zheani also showed me an email from Ninja dated September 9th, so after her trip to South Africa, and this says, do you still like me? That's the subject line, and then, you never write me out the blue no more, and you just say how much boys suck the whole time on your bloggy, crying face emoji. XX elephant XX.
But then Zheani kept on hitting me up on text, you know, because she was obviously crushed on me and I didn't want to be a dick, and so I was carried on texting her on and off for a while, this being nice.
In Ninja's video, he said that he distanced himself from Zheani because she texted him a lot and that annoyed him. However, Zheani actually told me that it was the other way around due to her experience with him. She sent me this conversation in which Ninja says it's 4 AM and his 12-year-old son Toki is tripping balls. Then he asks Zheani, do you still like me? Zheani responded by saying, he's overtired and you have to deal with it. Isn't parenting fun? Then Ninja says, parenting? And sent this 37-second video.
F*** you, Zheani, it's not overtired.
You,
Are you overtired, dude? Huh?
No.
You look overtired. Huh?
No.
You're overtired. Your nose is fucking over. You're overtired, bitch. F*** you, dude. You're not overtired. I have to deal with shit. Was that stupid?
Mm-mm.
Was it cool?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not parenting, dude. I'm fucking you, dude. You're the shit.
He continued saying, and hello? Do you hate me now? Zheani, my little darkling, your panties, what color are they? Black? Like my soul? She then sent him a video showing that she wasn't wearing any and flipped him off. Ninja responded saying, you got us bad. Toki said maybe she was busy shooting that video, that's why she took so long to phone back. But fudge, she got us bad. 10 minutes? That's a long time. In those 10 minutes, Ninja sent 7 messages and 1 video. But in his video response, he was talking about how he sent her home early and he was annoyed by her because she was the one texting him a lot. Ninja, homie, you're gonna have to start coming through with some receipts of your own because this evidence is proving to be against your favor. I mean, you're literally saying, do you still like me? Do you hate me now? And you message her multiple times, and when she finally responds, you're talking about how she took so long to phone you back. Wadi, I know you called Zheani annoying then, but I think you actually find her annoying now because she's on your case. Because back then, it doesn't really seem like you found her annoying. If anything, I would say you're on the clingy side, which is closer to annoying. You're the one sending her multiple messages. And these are from September 22nd. I think those are some of the bigger takeaways from the story because of course there is an experience that she's talking about which nobody can prove because there wasn't a camera or nobody was there at the time. However, there is evidence of him not only sending a picture of Zheani performing oral on him to another actor, but of course he shared her paid work. He distributed that illegally to his millions of fans. And on top of that, he showed his 12-year-old son, Zheani, in her birthday suit. So, you know, I know there's the angle that wants to call Zheani just a clout chaser and everything else, okay, right? Because there's this claim that can't be completely proven. However, these things are completely proven. So even if you want to consider her that, these are the actions of Ninja. Guess not much of a ninja anymore now that you got caught, huh? On April 11th, Zheani did an interview with the channel on NoJumper and shared more details about her experience with the rap group, which we're gonna be going over now. Zheani said that Ninja would call Yolandi his little sister, and that since they started speaking, Ninja love-bombed her, which is a tactic consisting of excessive affection, flattery, gifts, and praise designed to ingratiate oneself and create positive feelings in the other person. She mentioned not having any support system or family to check her for all the red flags, and her friends at the time were also fans of the group, so they were excited for her and encouraged her to pursue the relationship. Adam asked Zheani to summarize the main claims of her story, stating that many viewers were confused by the load of information in her music video.
It's hard for them to really wrap their head around exactly what you're saying transpired. So if you were to try to...
When I talk about overwhelming, what's overwhelming is the fact that I never intended to release one receipt. That was never my fucking intention. I made a song to address how I lived my life, and it was for my following. Like, before this happened, I think I had maybe 73k on my Instagram, and me addressing something that was so pivotal and head for me 5 years ago, and finally being like, and then there's that. Okay, now you really do know about Zheani, the kind of that shaped me.
Zheani did not directly answer this question, and after reading a lot of the comments on my own videos, I do agree with the point that it seems like it could be a lot of overwhelming information to people, which is why I found it important to kind of summarize it all in the beginning of this video, so I hope you guys didn't mind that. Zheani answered by basically saying that she just wanted to give her story of how she was molded and how she became who she is today and then move on, saying that she was overwhelmed because she did not expect all the attention that she ended up getting. Now, while I do sort of understand the perspective, because as she said, she only had about 73,000 followers on Instagram, I didn't know who she was, and I definitely know who the Antwoord was because they were in Chappie, one of my favorite movies, and they've had a lot of records, have over 1 million fans, so why would they pay attention to someone so much smaller?
Look how cool he is. Need to keep a gangster. Yeah, be cool.
However, she did name both Ninja and Yolandi in the song, so it was definitely like she wanted them to hear the song.
Ninja! Yourself, Yolandi!
And although the allegations in the song itself are pretty vague, they still have some kind of serious implications, so I do understand why the Antwoord would want to take the legal route and try to give her the cease and desist letter. Now, what I don't understand is all the social media posts, because in their social media posts they said that they wouldn't be talking about her, yet they kept going. You can't just call someone a clout chaser when you keep giving them attention, you keep giving them that clout, because like she said, she only had about 73,000 followers on Instagram, and now she's almost doubled. And I'm sure some people are watching this right now and pretty curious of the story, so they might go on Instagram and follow her right now. I'm just saying, you can't call someone a clout chaser when you're giving them all the clout. Okay, enough opinions from me. Let's get back to reporting. There's a point where they bring up the part of Zheani's song where she calls Ninja, someone who has an attraction to children. And this is what Zheani had to say about that part.
That's a good point to touch on. How I'm you said you fucking picked me because I look like your daughter's 16, you're disgusting, pedophile. So in Australia, when people say the kind of shit that he would say to me in real life on the phone, a few messages here and there, that's the kind of shit we say in Australia. It's ooh, pedo. That's fucking gross.
She also mentioned that she's in contact with a lawyer in case the Antwoord do decide that they want to take the legal route with her. On that same day, Zheani received an email from TuneCore, the company she used to publish and distribute her music, saying that members of the Antwoord alleged that her song, The Question, was defamatory and blocked her entire album from all streaming services. As of today, June 1st, Zheani's album is still blocked from all streaming services. And that is the full scope of Zheani's story. I'm finishing up a video with more updates, so if you'd like to see it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll link it in the description of this one down below. Was that a good outro?
Oh, dude, it was sweet beans.